Hi, and welcome back. Today we are in Cambodia with Arunny. The year is 2009 and it's late in the year. It's been really interesting going back and reading my book because one of the things when I was constructing the timeline, which was actually quite challenging to do when you have three different stories, I really wanted to remain true and have the alternation between all female characters. But I did realize at the time with the stories that there would be a little bit of a delay, and that's what we have happening now. Because when we left off with Isra's in Cambodia in 2010, and we're waiting for the other two characters to get up there. I think if I was doing it again, I would actually consider breaking that narration and have the other characters catch up and then go on from May of 2010 together. I don't mind it, but it's just, if you had the opportunity to do it again, I think I would do that differently. We are with Arunny. Now, as we know, Arunny and Chann have been having difficulties. They've been having trouble conceiving a child, which has led to troubles in their marriage. Last chapter, Chan came up with an idea that they would make a special offering for this Festival of the Dead. The special project would kind of help get them together emotionally and also help them acquire merit so that they would be able to have a child. So away we go. Today it is the Festival of the Dead. It is 4 a.m. The earth is enclosed by blackness. Despite the flurry of activity, there is a calm in the chill of the pre-dawn air. Today is the 15th day of the 10th month, the final day of the Festival of the Dead. During the festival, souls who are trapped in the spirit world and have not been reincarnated due to bad karma are released to wander the earth for 15 days in search of the living relatives who will help guide them back to the cycle of reincarnation. The festival is important because it is a time to remember our dead ancestors. It is believed that the living can ease the suffering of the trapped souls by offering them food to eat. Through intense meditation and prayer, we, the living, will assist in reducing our ancestors' bad karma. I do not find the thought of the earth becoming crowded with spirits frightening. Rather, I take comfort in knowing deceased loved ones are close and that I can help. This year, my favorite festival fills Chan and I with renewed hope. I inhale deeply, attempting to smell trapped ancestors. But I smell nothing unfamiliar, only the distinct aroma of incense guiding me to the temple. I inhale a second time and realize I don't know what dead ancestors walking the earth would smell like. Perhaps their presence doesn't have a smell. This would be logical, for if trapped spirits had even the slightest odor, whether it be good or bad, their scent would likely overpower those alive. On this notion alone, I conclude death has a smell, but spirits don't. If I cannot smell my dead ancestors, I think I should be able to touch them. There has to be some physical contact with the spirit realm other than offerings. I imagine that the spirits walk in close proximity to their living relations as they are waiting to be invited to receive the offerings. I envision a thick crowd of shadows striding alongside their loved ones. The earth would be a mass of people and shadows with no space in between. But I cannot see the dead. As I continue, I wonder if the spirits of my ancestors are accompanying me on my journey to the temple. Thinking I am terribly clever, I exaggeratedly wiggle my left shoulder back and forth in hopes of brushing into a deceased relative whom I've caught off guard. On impulse, I stop walking, awaiting the sensation of someone banging into me. I wait a moment longer on the off chance there might be a delayed reaction in my sudden halt and motion. But I conclude that either spirits are wise and cannot be tricked, or the living cannot feel them. I do not like this thought. I prefer to think the spirits can be felt. By the time I stop traveling in my thoughts, I have arrived at the temple along with nearly all of the residents of the village. I see Chann tossing balls of sticky rice cooked in coconut milk and mixed with sesame seeds on the ground. These are for the ghosts who have been forgotten or do not have any relatives. I smile and wave at him, and he gives me one of those smiles I so treasure. I walk over to him demurely and bid him good morning. I couldn't sleep, he tells me, so I thought I would come early and start feeding the ghosts. I return his smile and set to work, knowing we share the same thought. In our minds, we replay the conversation we had under the stars 3 months ago. We must help the souls of our ancestors and cling to the Buddhist belief that to give to those less fortunate, particularly during the festival, is to acquire merit. We believe and feel we need all the merit we can get, so I will be able to have the child we desire. I look down at our offerings that fill my bamboo basket: steamed cakes wrapped in banana leaves, small balls of sticky rice for ghosts who have small mouths, and of course, prahok. I feel pleased with what we have to offer our ancestors. This will be the first of many offerings that we take to the temple today. I enter the main chanting room of the temple, which is already brimming with offerings. As I arrange our dishes on the floor with the others, I feel hopeful and pray for my ancestral spirits. When Chann and I leave the temple, I strain my eyes in one last attempt to see if any of the rice that has been dispersed over the ground has disappeared. I concentrate on the ground so intently, I actually believe I see a small mouth suck a piece of rice up into it with perfect precision. Shaking my head, I wonder what the ghosts look like. Arunny and Chann will go back to the temple 2 more times. They go back at 8 a.m. to feed the monks, and then they go back again at 10 a.m. to feed the monks and also the poor, all in hopes of acquiring merit so that they can have a child. So we'll find out how all of this merit acquiring goes for them later. But tomorrow we need to find out what's happening with grandmother, because we know that things are getting a little tense in the Wat with the Thai government wanting the Hmong people to leave. Thank you for listening.